Alrighty, good afternoon. I'm going to be reviewing the Titan Array by Rockville. So, today I'm going to stress test it to see what it can do. This is not going to be a true setup for a venue, but the garage is going to do for now. So, this is the Titan Array. I stand at 6'1", so this thing here has got to be about 6'3", 6'4", maybe 6'5" at the most, from top to bottom. So it's pretty tall. The good thing I like about it, you can twist the top and the middle, so you send your sound around the room. That way it's not just straight linear. You can actually circle it around as if this was a Bose system. There's 5 speakers in the top and 5 speakers in the bottom or middle. So right now, this is just factory settings. Well, there is just factory settings. So right now I just have the gain or the volume about 3/4 of the way all the way up. So it's not fully maxed out, but it's pretty much wide open. And right now it's just plugged in through XLR, nothing special. There's no changing of any EQ on this machine. It's just generic settings that they set. So that's one downfall to this, which is not a game changer, as I can adjust on my DJ board. Forgive me, I'm in the garage. Looks a little messy. Alright. So I just played a song, so I had it so loud I had to drop the bass completely back because the cabinet can't handle super low bottoms. It'll start vibrating. So you'll see. So we'll turn it up little by little. You'll see where I'm at. So I'm kind of really high on my volume, so it's gonna get loud, but I'll eventually turn it back up to there. We'll start it low. So that's pretty low, and then we'll start increasing it back to where I had it. So that's pretty good stress test. I think it can handle it. According to Rockville, each one of these here can handle 300 people. I'm pretty sure it can handle it from the highs and mids. but you're gonna totally lose it on the bottoms. So this here for the bottom, even though there's two 10-inch subs in this, it does not outperform my EV18s. So if I were to do a true crowd of 300, and I really needed a bottom, presence, then I would definitely bring my 18-inch subs. But I have two of these arrays, so for a good party, I think two of these here would be sufficient for a crowd of 300 plus. Just keep in mind that if you're looking for a true sub where the bass is completely heavy, it's not going to give you that. But I feel it's sufficient enough that it's going to be decent. Not all 300 people probably will be dancing, so that could be a savior as well, if you want to think of it that way. But for everybody to hear this thing clearly, I think it could be totally achievable. The house here is 3,000 square feet, so I walked completely to the other side of the house, and I can hear this thing completely clearly. So that's going through doors and hallways. So two of these here would sufficiently evenly cover a room that can have 300 people in it. But if you want to rock it out like in the club, then I suggest you bring extra bottoms just to kind of help with the amount of people in the room. So any questions, let me know. I've been DJing for 30 years. Shout out to my Chicago style steppers and DJs. I can give you my pros and cons so far. I guess a good pro for this, setup and teardown, is like 2 minutes. It's not bad. This system comes with bags, unlike the Bose that do not come with bags. Some of them do, but not from what I've been reading. The big boys don't come with the bags, but this comes with a bag that holds these three arrays here in one bag, and there's a cover that goes over the sub. So for $600, it's really not a bad deal. And of course, tear this thing down in 2 minutes is better than putting a speaker on top of a tripod and then putting a scrim over the tripod and then doing all the extra work trying to run the cables through it. This thing here is completely easy. Again, you can rotate the top and middle columns to send the sound around the room. That's a definite plus. That way you're not, blowing people away in the front row. It kind of goes around them. Another positive, it's not that heavy. The sub is 62 pounds, so has a bit of weight to it, but other than that, it's not overly heavy. My 18-inch subs, those are 80 plus pounds. So I'll take the 20 pound, plus on this one, just for wedding scenarios and, moderate crowds. This is easy. I can throw this system in the car instead of bringing the truck. And can be completely fine with doing an event. The only negative is you can't control the amount of bass that goes to the sub at the sub. So you got to control that from your board or mobile device, however you want to do it. But I have a wedding to do in a week. I'll post what it sounds like with my full setup. So chime back in a week. The wedding's on May 3rd. So I'll try to put something up around that day or after. So that way you can see these things in a real scenario. All right, thanks. Bye.